Guys, it's Spider back for another JJKPhantomparade video. So today we're going to be going over the brand new monthly for SSR Selector thing that we got going on. It's going to be for the month of September, but before we get started though, I would greatly appreciate if you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe. Would really help me out trying to get 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. But with that being said, let's get into this. So we have three brand new, not new, but three choices for your SSR characters, as well as three choices for your SSR recollection bits. Now, two of these characters are pretty good, and then one of them is clearly not that great. But going on with that, we also have three recollection bits are actually pretty good. And then the other one's pretty bad. So going into which ones are good and which ones are bad. Junpei, pretty good if you're doing tower. He's pretty good for that. But if you're looking for like a red DPS character, then you're probably going to want to go with Yuji Todori. He's another really good option for as a red DPS character. Is pretty good. Kamo's pretty dog shit right now. Maybe when he gets buffs, he'll get he'll be better in the future. But currently he's kind of shit. This recollection over here is actually pretty good. There's one Gojo. And I don't remember this guy's name, but the one on the left here with Gojo, this one's also pretty good. One of the better ones. This is a support one basically. We'll take a look at what it does because I actually don't remember exactly what it does. I think it's supposed to give you more ultimate gauge charge, but I don't remember it entirely. But I do know that it does give you a damage buff basically. And then the middle one here with Yuji and Todo, my bad. This one's really good for if you need like a good physical recollection mate. That's what this one is for. And then the last one here on the third one here is pretty mid. It's not that crazy. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and pop into the tier list real quick just to peep where some characters and stuff are at. So for Red Itadori, he is considered a double S tier red DPS character, right there with Red Nobara, Yuta, Toji, as well as domain expansion Gojo, which he's a support, but he actually does pretty good damage on his own. So as I said, Red Yuji is a really good option. And then for Junpei, he's going to be more of your specialist. He's a triple S specialist. Like I said, he's mainly built for tower. Otherwise, you're not really going to be using him for any other content. But then again, tower does give you a lot of cubes if you're able to stack up. So he's pretty useful in that scenario. And then the last option, right, that we had was Kamo. And if we go where Kamo is pretty much bottom of the barrel. He doesn't, he's A tier. It's like really not that useful at all. So no need to worry about doing anything for him basically. But yeah, those that pretty much does it for those characters. If you guys are interested though in seeing a little bit more detail and more depth information about all three of those different options, consider checking out my previous videos because I do have videos going, breaking out like, all the characters' kits and whatnot, and what some of them do have, what are good recollection bits for them, or kind of like straightforward as to like which ones are good for which characters. But I do have videos on all those characters, so if you're interested in seeing what exactly they do, you can check those out. Otherwise, I would say my recommendation for characters would probably be Red Itadori. I think he would be the best pick out of the three characters. But if you don't have Junpei, getting Junpei wouldn't be that bad either. Now, going to the recollection bits, as I was saying, we have two pretty good ones and then one that's not that great. We'll go for the first one as the support one here. They did actually update this new the tier list here, where they do have new characters like Choso, the Red Nanami, so there is new characters here added because they haven't updated this for a while, but as of recently they did update it, so that's pretty cool. Same thing with the tier list. There used to be, I think it went up to I want to say either C or D for the tier list here for recollection bits, but now it only goes up to A. So basically anything that's not on here is basically you can consider that B or like worse basically, right? Now we can immediately see Respite for adults here is actually an S tier. Or considered S tier, and it is a utility one. So let's look at what it does real quick because I kind of forgot myself. So it's 50-50 here. Basically MLB3 or not MLB3, when you get it with 3 dupes, basically whenever you do anything skill or ultimate, you recover your own HP by 30%, and then you fill your own ultimate skill gauge by 250 for 5 turns. And then starting on the 4th turn of the battle, you increase all allies damage dealt by 25% damage for 3 turns. Only one time during battle though. So this is what I mean, like it does buff your damage by quite a significant amount. 25 is actually pretty good, and for 3 turns, not half bad. And then the main thing that it does have though is basically whoever you put this on, they're getting a bit more heals from 30%. As well as a bit more ultimate skill gauge, which can help if you want to help spam that ultimate, right? So honestly, not a bad one. That one's a great pickup if you want like a good support one, and you're maybe like you already have the Todo UG one maxed out. That would not be a bad option. And Todo UG is considered S tier. It is pretty good. Basically, it just gives you like a fat physical damage boost. It is 50-50 though. but it does give you like a fat physical buff here, right? Like if you go with 0 dupes, you get 70% physical or taijutsu stat buff for 1 turn 1 time. And then if your own HP is 50% or below when activating it, you get additional 30% physical boost for 1 turn 1 time. However, this effect only happens after 4 turns. So keep that in mind. But overall, it's another good one. Plus, one benefit from this is that you do get a free revive off of this, which is pretty cool. So this is another top tier option. This one's the one you want to go for if you don't have a good physical recollection. This is the one I would highly recommend, as well as if you don't have it. Now, if you're missing, and go back to the game here, if you're missing like these recollection bits, like all 3 of them, I would highly recommend probably going for the physical one. I think that would be your better option, because the sport one is nice, but it's not something that like you would really need, because, you know, like I said, it's nice, but there's other options. You could totally get away with not having this one. I would highly recommend getting the physical one, because there isn't nearly as many good physical recollection bits in the game. So I would highly recommend that. And as for characters, highly recommend Rei Todori. But if you already have it, maybe you don't have Junpei, then go for Junpei. But if you don't have any of these 3, I would probably just still go for Rei Todori. Now, I wouldn't go for Rei Todori. Say, you know, like if you're missing all 3 of these characters, right? But you say you have maybe like Red Yuta, or you have like Red Toji, because Red Toji is available from the standard banner just like EG now, or from like any banner technically now, because they're in the general pool. Then, and you can make a strong case for, hey, I already have Toji, or I already have Yuta, let me go for Junpei instead, right? Because Junpei can help with tower, but at the same time, you know, if you do need a red DPS character, you might as well just pick up Rei Todori here. He's going to be pretty good, pretty useful. As for me though, I already have these 2 pretty much like max dupe, and there's also this one. I didn't really talk about this one. I guess we could like take a quick peek at it, but like it's not really anything too crazy. Well, they consider it S tier, but at least from what I remember, it wasn't anything too crazy. Well, let's see what it does real quick. So 50-50 here, with 0 dupes, you get 30% physical and jutsu buff for 3 turns, and then a 1 dupe at the start of battle, increase own damage dealt by 20%, and then more Tokyo Jutsu high school students that are at the start of the wave, the higher your damage increase becomes. So basically, that's like if you have Itadori, Nabara, I think Gojo counts, Megumi, then that would help stack that up. So I mean, it could be, you know, more significant. I don't know what the cap is of like how much it does increase by, but it could potentially be like a decent boost. But overall, I wouldn't really like recommend it that much, because like, there's like way better like mixed damage ones, like adult time here. Speaking of that, it's interesting they actually changed this now. Yeah, they had a new category. That's cool. Okay, I didn't know this. So yeah, there's Jutsu, Taijutsu combined, which is basically, you know, you buff all damage, right? Like Jutsu and physical. And then the last one here is type. Type should be basically if you're like a color, then you get like this big buff, basically is how that works for the most part. That's interesting. Also interesting that they moved the adult time down to S tier, and they moved these 2 up here a little bit higher. But I think these are because they slightly increase your damage by 5% more or 10% more. But yeah, overall what I'm gonna probably choose, like I said, I already have these recollection bits pretty much MLB for the most part. And I already have all 3 of these guys up here, I'm pretty sure. So I'm probably just gonna go for like another dupe on Rei Todori, because why not? That's what I'm gonna choose personally. But yeah, with that being said, hope this video helps you guys out. I know I haven't really been doing that much JJK content for like a long time here, like for almost a couple of weeks. There has been some stuff here and there, but I just haven't really felt like uploading content for the game, because I just haven't felt like there was content upload for the game. But before I do leave, there's actually a couple codes that we'll take a look at real quick. Alright, so I went to the Twitter here real quick. So we have this brand new code, JJKPpp+. This one gets you a free 10 roll for the domain expansion Gojo banner. Pretty cool. We have another one here, JJKPpp ready to go. This one basically gives you some stamina packs, pretty nice. And then we have the last one here, gets you another 5 stamina packs, JJKPpp reboot. And then if you guys don't know, as of recently, you guys can probably tell up there, we do have the PC port. PC port has been available for a couple days now. Basically, all you need to do is go to the Twitter or just search up Jujutsu Kaisen, Billy Games. You go to their website. It's going to be available to download on their website for free. Honestly, it's pretty cool. I would highly recommend doing this if you do use an emulator on PC, because it's just going to be way better, especially if you use an LD player, because if you guys don't know, on LD player, there's a bit of a bug where you're not able to see the SP potential for characters. However, with a PC port, no problem, no worries. You can just press this little button right here, PC version download available, press that, you're good to go, no problems. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. You know, on the JP version, they have announced new characters that have come out. Global, if you guys do play Global, I think you guys have known, The global's been kind of dead. There hasn't really been any like new content other than like old banners and stuff. Also, the PC version does have a bit of a 5% increase in cubes, so you do get like a bit of a discount here and there, which is kind of cool, I guess. That's usually how PC ports, so they usually, you know, to incentivize you buying on their website, right? Officially from them, it's more direct. But yeah, you know, we haven't had really any like new banners or new characters released in like the last couple of weeks here. It's just been a bunch of rerun stuff. However, I think this upcoming week we should be getting something new. I'm pretty sure it should probably be, I want to say Red Nonami. I feel like Red Nonami should be coming out within this week. Well, let's take a quick look at the timeline here. I know this video is already going a little bit long for the kind of video it is, but just, you know, to take a quick little peek here. So yeah, going to the tier list here, you know, going back to this again, as you guys can tell, you know, we're basically already done with August. The Gojo banner has already been, you know, is already here and stuff, and then we already had this Imaginary Realm battle, I think, or something like that. But basically, we had all the past events that we didn't have yet. They're all done and dusted. They're all out. Early September is literally this week, and as it says, brand new characters and new story events are coming out. So I'm gonna assume it's probably gonna be Red Nonami. I think he's most likely gonna be the next upcoming character that we should be having this upcoming week, with whatever story content comes out with them, because he's the last character we're missing for this team hidden inventory celebration, right? The only thing I don't know is how they're gonna handle the brand new characters that they released, like Choso and the old guy with like the mustache or whatever. That's like a new blue unit. And then I think there's another character. Oh yeah, this bad guy, right? You know. So I don't know how they're gonna handle those characters. So at the same time, you know, may come out this upcoming week, but I feel like it should be Red Nonami. At least kind of hope so, because yeah, no, I know we haven't had Ino yet, but you know, I feel like maybe Red Nonami would make a bit more sense. That way we can just jump right, you know, yeah, that would make more sense, right? We got Red Nonami, and then we're done with this like team hidden inventory basically event that's going on right now, and then Ino is technically the beginning for the Shibuya arc, right? And then we dive right into him. And then the week after, maybe be like Choso, then they got the mustache and yada yada yada. But at the same time, I feel like they maybe may do something where they'll just say screw it, all these characters are gonna be like have all their banners all at once or something, and then maybe that'll be like a big like JP global unison kind of thing. I kind of wouldn't mind that personally, but at the same time, they have been slowing global down for these last couple of weeks, so I don't really know how they're doing things. Maybe they just wanted to speed global up to where we're like a couple of weeks behind JP, maybe, because I know there's another gacha they did do something like that where they had the global version behind by like a week or two, or it used to be like a month, then they reduced it down to like a week or two, and then eventually they were like, you know, right now we're actually like fully synced. So I don't know how they're gonna do things for global, but that's pretty much all I wanted to talk to you guys about for all the brand new stuff that has been out for the game as of recently and for like a little while. There is also like an invite friend thing, so if you guys want to post those in the comments down below, feel free to. No problems with that. But with that being said, I'm gonna see y'all later. Good luck with you guys, with whatever. I know it's not really anything to farm, but good luck with you guys pulls. If you guys are still pulling though for any characters like Dome Expansion Gojo, Under One Gojo, or Shoko, or maybe if you're saving for any featured characters, because we should be getting like a big 3 new characters coming up very, very soon. Because I feel like we're really like leaning towards something really huge coming up soon. And at the same time, global anniversary, like first anniversaries, is going to be coming up very, very soon here. So I'd say be prepared for something really huge coming very, very soon. But regardless, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace and take care, everybody.